Okay, we are live. So, guys, I made it to day 4. I cannot believe it, but I'm on day 4. This is 30 days of Facebook Live, my entrepreneurship diaries. And in case you guys don't know me, I'm Jen Newland, and I am a woman's business entrepreneur strategist. And so what I'm doing is my passion, which is helping people, especially women, because in my last 10 years of personal development, guys, I have found that so many women are so amazing at what they do, yet they lack the confidence to do it and the business strategy mindset to do it. So I have been reaching out to those women, and I'm working with those women, and that's what I do. All right, so day 4, I want to always make sure I'm giving you guys content. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit about social media. You know, we're all on it, we're all doing it, we're all trying to navigate it and figure it out. It's not that I have tens of thousands of followers, but I have found that I joined Instagram about maybe almost 4 years ago. And the first 3.5 years being on Instagram, I was able to get maybe about, maybe 300 followers. And 6 months ago, when I started changing my strategies and started changing the way I approach social media, my followers on Instagram have gone from about 300 to almost 2,000 just in the last 6 months. So at the rate I'm going to start accumulating more and more followers. And I'm going to probably reach the 10K mark in the next 6 months. And the reason I tell you guys that is because if you are an entrepreneur and you are not on social media, or you're on social media, but your followers are not where you want them to be, you're going to be missing out on business. Because these days, guys, business is driven by social media, like it or not. I fought it. I didn't even go on Facebook. I don't know if you guys know, but I just recently joined Facebook. I joined Facebook only because I was forced to, because I got into network marketing and I realized that in order to be successful, I had to get on Facebook. And I'm like, I hated Facebook. Now I love it. I love Facebook. It's fine. It's great. But Instagram is my home. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. And I hear a lot of women, the first thing they say to me is that they are great on Facebook. They're opposite me. They love Facebook, but they really struggle on Instagram. And so I have a few tips to help you guys, because I know that you're comfortable with Facebook because it's like where you have your following and you want to keep nurturing that. But if you're not on Instagram and you're boo-booing it because you're not getting the followers, because it's hard on Instagram, because it's a whole different algorithm. Instagram is a whole nother beast. So let's talk about some do-dos. This is going to be going on my blog, so if you want all of my tips, you've got to follow my blog. I'm going to have about 50 tips from how I literally compounded my Instagram followers in the last 6 months from 300, barely holding on, to just past 2,000. So, and rising. It's rising. And when I made these changes, it's like everything. There's 50 of them, but I'm going to share with you guys a couple to entice you to follow my blog. So, and it's on jennewland.com if you want to follow it. One of the mistakes that I learned that people do, and you want to make sure that you understand that Instagram and Facebook are two different things, and you cannot necessarily post the same pictures on Instagram that you post. Marsha, what was that? Marsha, Facebook changed something with the live. Hey Wendy, hey Marsh. And I just saw Marsha's face pop, the whole screen, just your face popped up, Marsh. Okay, so anyways, recognize, guys, that on Instagram, it has the option for you to, at the same time, to save time, to post, to tell it to also post your photo on Facebook. You only want to do this every once in a while, because why would I follow you on Instagram? There's a lot of people that I follow on Facebook and they post the same content. And I actually don't want to follow you on Instagram because I can see all of your content on Facebook. So make sure that you're very selective and only share the same photo on Instagram at the same time on Facebook if it's applicable. And how you know it's applicable is to realize this. Instagram, your portfolio on Instagram is a work of art. When somebody pulls up your profile and looks at your view, your profile view, it should reflect. They should know in 30 seconds or less who you are, what you do. Are you a creative type? Are you an inspirational type? Are you an informational type? So people that are successful on Instagram, they're either inspirational or they're informational, or they have a close knit of friends, and they have a niche that's kind of centered around their family and their kids and all of that. So if your business is driven by being a mom, then yeah, you would show that. But that is not your mom pics unless you're in the mom business, because maybe I know a lot of health coaches that really cater to moms and families, and that's different. That's their niche, but that's different. So Instagram is not necessarily for all of your family photos. That's where Facebook lives. Facebook is for pretty much everything, but specifically personal things to you. So recognize that, guys, and only post pictures on both outlets if it's applicable to both. It's a little tricky, and I've struggled with that as well. Because again, I'm not going to follow you on Instagram if I follow you on Facebook and all of your same stuff is on Facebook, and vice versa. I'm probably not going to follow you on Facebook or connect with you if it's all the same. You guys get it. My second do tip is that you guys, I used to do this and I made this mistake, and this is something else that's helped me. Don't copy other people's content and post it on your Instagram. So if it's a quote, obviously that might just be a famous quote and you can definitely post it, but you should make every effort to redo it and put it as your own. So like if, you can take the words and you can go to Canva, CANVA.com. It's a free website that you can punch in the words and make it pretty, make it your own. PicMonkey is another common one that people use. Just whenever you can, try your best to redo content and to make it your own. Don't just snapshot someone's screenshot and then post on your own. There are times that I still do that. I only do it when it's like a really famous quote and they have the background is just like a white background with black font. It's very simple. But if there's any artisticness to it, I try never to do that. I used to do it all the time, go on Pinterest and find the quotes. And it's really frustrating because now I see that people are taking my stuff and just putting it as their own. And it's really frustrating. And the thing is, even all that aside, I can tell when I look at someone's profile and it's not their own content, that they're taking other people's content. And it doesn't make me want to follow them as much. So be very selective. You can do it, just be very selective. And make sure that you crop out things, like if it's a Pinterest, you need to crop out the little shadowed emblem that shows that it's Pinterest, because it's just like you might as well wave a flag that just says, I'm lazy and I want to have a pretty account, but I don't want to put the work in. Because people that have really successful accounts, they have very original work and they work really hard on it. And so when people just copy it, it's a little frustrating. So make sure, guys, make it your own. And the reason, too, that you want to make it your own is because people want to follow you. They want to follow things that you're coming up with. They want to follow your brand. You are your brand. So make it your own. And then my next one is, my last one is, this one's a lot of people that get followers. So you guys may have considered paying for your followers, and you can certainly pay for your followers. There's a lot of accounts out there that will let you pay to get, they'll promise you guys have probably had them reach out to you, hey, check with me and I'll spotlight your account, and you go and check it out, and they have like 400,000 followers, and they say for like $100 they'll spotlight your account and they'll guarantee you thousands of followers. Okay, I've made that mistake. I will totally admit that to you guys. I did that, and it was like the biggest waste of money, and I really don't encourage you. So there's a few reasons you don't want to do this. Yes, you will get followers, but they will then all disappear. So I paid $100 to this fitness account to help spotlight me so that I could get some followers. I got probably about 1,200 followers overnight. It was totally freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then literally, I swear to you guys, I lost 1,500 followers. They like all disappeared. So there's so many things that are scams like that, guys. Don't fall for that. I was stupid to fall for that because I even did my research and it seemed like it was legit. It was not. The other reason you don't want to do, say that for whatever reason, I did get to keep all 1,000 of those followers. Say like, that's great, I got to keep them all. They're not your followers. They're not yours. Most of the people that did join me and then left, they didn't even speak English, which is fine, but I can't market to someone that doesn't speak English. They were not my niche. They were like older men, or like they had nothing to do with me. And you have to go back to remembering why it is you're doing social media. You're either doing it to inspire people, or you're doing it to market yourself, or you're doing it to sell maybe your network marketing, and whatever your reason is, go back to that. Because me having 1 million foreign old men, that did nothing for me. And then they all disappeared. So it's completely a waste of time. you want to have organic followers. So when people follow you, you want to know they're following you because they're inspired by you, or you give good information, and they're just watching. They just enjoy seeing what you're up to. So make sure that your followers are organic. Do not fall for the paid reach. I have like tons of more tips that I've learned. Again, like when I started applying these tips, my Instagram just took off, and it's tricky, but it's fun, and it's kind of like a fun game, and I enjoy it so much. So I'm gonna put that stuff together and put it on my blog for you guys. And thank you for listening. Day 4, man, it's in the books. Saturday, I got lots to do. So I'm going to peace out, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.